freezing cold, but I'm headed down to Wall Street. I'm at the subway station now. Ooh-wee. Let's take a look. Here comes the train.
The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Wow, a lot more people on Wall Street than I expected on a Saturday. Maybe it's a tourist destination now. A lot of folks don't get a chance to actually see it. So that's why I'm here, to give you a little tour, because it's so central to the song, to this month's song. So here we go. We're going to walk down a little bit further, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Here's the stock exchange. Okay, here's the front of the stock exchange. This is a little bit more dramatic, so I think we'll take this. It's also interesting to see how much security is down here. There's a lot of security. Yeah, so here we go. Here's the stock exchange. Very impressive building. Okay, so, boy, there's a lot of people down here. I did not expect this at all. I guess it's a pretty famous place these days. Oh, look, there's the Trump building. Interesting. Okay, so, Song of the Month, bought and sold. It's pretty obvious what it's about, and I've written a little bit of a essay about it, which I invite you to read. It just begs a few questions. And that's really all they are. I don't pretend to know a ton about all this stuff. I really don't. But, you know, you can't help but have a few questions about the shape of our country. You know, it's interesting to me that there are such close elections, for instance. You know, that's one of the things I think about is it weird that a landslide is sort of a 5 or 6 point difference? You know, maybe it's the primaries that knock everybody out and it gets to that, but it makes me wonder, is it the United States of America or the divided states of America? I mean, you know, when I was a kid, I always thought, gee, shouldn't we agree on all this stuff and basically think that one person should kind of be the leadership that we all believe in? But, you know, it's naive thinking, I'm sure, but still, it always struck me as strange that these elections of our leaders are so darn close. I mean, we obviously have two countries going on here at least. Oh God, I'm starting to sound like John Edwards or something. But anyway, I mean, he's not so bad, I guess. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. And then, of course, representational government. Why isn't Congress half women? Wouldn't that be correct? Not to mention the minority representation. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, a couple more questions. Why do we have the largest prison population in the world? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It's big business for sure, but it's confusing to me. Let's see, what else? Why do we have something like 135 military bases in the 192 UN countries? That's incredible to me. Again, this is not partisan stuff. This is just me asking these questions, wondering. I'd love to get your feedback. I'd love to get your thoughts about this. But we have quite the military operation throughout the world, and that strikes me as frightening. Basically, you know, we are way more prepared for war than we are for peace, it seems to appear. Now, maybe you could argue that's keeping the peace, but I don't know. Now my hand is getting cold. I'm going to turn this thing off and turn it back on after I warm up my hand. It is freezing. Okay, I'm back. Isn't this impressive? Wow, I don't know if you can see that behind me, but that's pretty impressive. Okay, I have a question. I have a question for George, actually. Although this was written after George. Why is the national anthem a British drinking song? That is weird to me. That just speaks to the strangeness that is some aspects of our country, or at least some of the founding aspects of our country. Again, I am not anti-American at all. I mean, this is something where we are something to believe in, and the more you travel in the world, the more you see that. But wow, there's some strange dichotomies going on. Okay, so I guess I'm going to leave you with the idea that there's one thing I know, and there's probably only about one thing I know. It's that everything comes to an end. Things work in cycles. That's just the way it is. Things last longer, I believe, if they adjust to change. And I think we're in the midst of change. And I think we have to adjust. I'd like you to look at my Jefferson quote in the essay to see that even the Founding Fathers were thinking we could adjust, or should. I hope we can, because I think we have something very powerful to believe in, but now we have to make it real. And I think, I guess I'm calling for an evolution, a decisive, maybe painful, but necessary change if we are going to last a little bit longer and grow and become something that I think is our ideal as opposed to the reality. So, just throwing stuff out there. Please react. I'm looking forward to it. And we will see you again very soon. Here it is in stark relief. We got your True Religion brand jeans. We got your church here, which is one version of another religion, and then we've got your stock exchange over here.